today is effectively Kenneth To The Rescue Part 3. Well, what about Part 2, you may ask? Well, that's probably going to be at the end of this video. So this is Part 3, Part 2. It's an unusual way of doing things, but it's the way I like it. Gently setting off out of the yard and up Kiln Lane. Gently because I am mechanically sympathetic. And also, I didn't want to spill my tea. The Rover 75 does have a cup holder, of course, but it's not really for actual cups. Is this something that only I find just a bit annoying? Cup holders. They're actually made for carrying cans of pop. I don't drink pop. I don't want to drink pop. I don't find pop, a can of Kirk, a can of Lilt, or any of those types of things in the slightest bit refreshing, because all they do is just make you go, that's full of sugar. Nice cup of tea, no sugar. That's what you want, that's what a drink is. If you want to have a drink on the move, why can't we have a cup of tea holder instead? The carpet does need replacing in this car, but it doesn't mean I'll just spill tea all over it just because it needs replacing. No, that's still a matter of respect. You respect what needs replacing by not spilling tea on it. And so off again I go up the hill over Blackstone Edge and over to Halifax. So in order for Kenneth to come to the rescue again, well, it's not actually Kenneth, it's me. Kenneth is just the donkey. I'm the one doing the rescuing. I first have to pop over to Allegro Man's to pick up a pump. This pump will pump out all of the fuel that's inside Alexander Audi. And that's why I have 3 big plastic tubs in the boot to contain lots of contaminated fuel. Oh, I'm off boost, properly off boost there. Currently in the boot I have a battery, those 3 big tubs, a few rudimentary tools, carpet, gloves, all of the things associated with getting grotty and possibly even rolling around underneath the car. Hopefully there won't be any underneath the car action going on, because I don't fancy that at all. Oh gosh. Oh dear. No thank you to rolling around underneath the car. But yes please to a cup of tea. What a magnificently clear day today is. I feel really stupid stopping there because I can see ahead, far enough ahead that I could have just gone. So I won't have time for a chat with the Lego man because I'm going to have to get straight over to Hebden Bridge. Because I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't even know where to start pumping it from. I've got to find somewhere accessible that the fuel can be pumped from. The anti-siphon will make sure that because we have scrotes in the world, those that, oh Jesus, you really have slowed me down quite a bit. It's alright pulling out, but come on, get on with it. An ongoing battle against technology and things that are set in place to stop scrotes, but actually stop the rightful owner. I mean, not me, but I'm the one who's actually in charge of doing this job. Thanks for not changing there. Everybody's slowing their uncle and their auntie on the roads doing 25 miles per hour. What's this then? Some sort of gathering in the cycle lane? 11 o'clock. That's the time I said I would be at Allegro Man's. So forgive me if I don't give way to you, because I'm trying to get somewhere and all of you people are basically causing this to be a problem. I have something to do. My Sundays aren't spent lounging around doing frig all. I'm considering that I possibly should have just gone and collected this pump last night instead, but that would have been yet another trip out. It's already quite a big trip as it is, because I need to take the pump back later on as well, because he's going to need it. My poor drop links. Have you ever wondered if you are pretty fly for a white guy? I just wonder what it means. Moggy! No, my poor drop links. Alexander Audi. It's a big, handsome car. It works. No anti-siphon. How helpful is that? Oh, my poor drop links. So in the boot now, I have an awful lot of contaminated fuel. But it smells so badly of petrol. I'm driving with the windows open, and I'm considering that I could probably run my petrol car off of it, because it's not doesn't smell of diesel at all. Oh balls, more traffic lights. If it was a higher concentration of diesel in there, then I'd just use it for cleaning things with. But petrol with a bit of diesel in will still ignite okay. So I'm going to try some in Nigel. I'll try some in there. Oh, mind you, I've got. That was a highly successful mission, because from 3/4 of a tank and 3 big tubs, I got it down to 1/4 whilst it was facing downhill, and then it stopped pumping. And so we thought we had to turn it around. And the plan was to roll it down the hill, hook it up to this, and pull it back up again. And a lady got in the way. A lady, as I started rolling down, a lady just come behind me, which meant I couldn't just turn where I meant to do. So what I did was I bunged it into second gear, and it started. It sounded quite rough, and it was quite blue smoky, but it started, and it was enough for it to then turn around and go back up the hill, where I carried on siphoning and got lots more out. Now, the range is reading 5 miles. That is enough. That's definitely enough to then just bung loads and loads more diesel back in there, and it should be okay. So now I'm just left with the problem of what to do with the highly flammable but still a bit oily liquid, and that is going to be, I'm going to have to just see if I can run a car on it, and I don't see why it wouldn't. Most older cars aren't overly worried about just having a little bit of oil in there, so there we go. I've got to treat it as some free fuel, because I can't actually keep them in these containers, because it'll expand and then want to pop and go jolly well bang or something. You daft buggers. In this world, there is an awful lot of panic mongering about all sorts of things. Misfueling, I think, is one of them. So you get some petrol in your diesel, and that's quite a lot of petrol. You couldn't run it for long, but I don't really think it can do it any harm. And having a bit of petrol left in there, what does it matter? What's all this thing about, oh, you must purge the system, drain every single little bit of it out because you don't want even a cupful in there? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. What did people used to do with diesel? To stop them from freezing? Add something like petrol to it to stop. Yes. And it's the same the other way round. In my possession now, I have loads of what you might call contaminated fuel, because it's petrol mostly with a bit of diesel in it. And certainly the first tub that I filled up stunk of petrol, and you could see that wavering shimmering thing as it was trying to escape out the top. So what have I done with it? Well, I put it in this car. Why not? What's the point in chucking it away? How could it really go wrong? Really, it's a bit of oil inside the petrol. The worst that can happen is it might make a little bit of smoke, and it hasn't even done that. It is running tickety-boo. There is obviously no way I would put bad fuel in this car, but good fuel with a bit of diesel, I'm not really worried about it. Good. I hate waste, and I hate believing in nonsense. But I don't mind the smell of petrol, except to this extent, where it's given me a bit of a headache. Part 4. And hopefully the final part in this mixed up trilogy. Yeah, trilogy, because it's 3 parts into one video that's a 4-part video. Okay? And after that, it's going to be back to Kenneth to actually fix the other issues with it. In other words, the smoke, the breathing in too much of the wrong stuff. Yeah, the boost pipe. Yeah, final time on the way to Hebden Bridge. This time with one of those big tubs full of diesel. It's not entirely full because basically I haven't got enough money to completely fill it up. I've just had to put in what I have. One thing I didn't do though, whilst getting some fuel there, was double check I had the right pointer thing. So, I don't remember. Maybe I've put petrol in there. But I haven't. I know I haven't. I know for definite that I haven't. And I know that because it doesn't smell of petrol. Plus, the other thing is, you notice diesel goes all frothy when it's dispensed. And that is one big tub of frothy liquid indeed. I am running just a little bit late now, actually, which is, well, not particularly nice, which makes me uncomfortable, even though I'm doing a favour. I still have that thing where I have to be on time, but I'm not going to be, because it is now 5 to 11, and I said I'd be there at 11, and I'm not even a top minute yet, so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Johnny. I'm so sorry, Johnny. Oh, Johnny. Hello, Johnny. Oh, yeah, when you say Johnny enough, it turns into Ginny. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Ginny. Feel the power of Kenneth as he squirts his liquid. Hopefully, after today, there'll be no more getting grotty, and I can go back to trying to look like a wannabe antique dealer. But what could be less grotty than just putting fuel in a car? Because that's all I've got to do now, is put fuel in a car. Yet, this afternoon, if I get a chance, I'll be pulling apart the intercooler, the boost pipe, and that is grotty because it is oily. It's a rubber pipe that has oil, engine oil, always gunking up all around it. Why are diesels so dirty? Why can't diesels be nice and clean? If you like petrol, you'll love diesel. I've done that one before. Hello, it's Mick Hucknall here from Simply Red. There's nothing to worry about. No, I've done that one before as well. What I really need to think about now is doing some Brucey voiceovers. Oh, thought that was my Land Rover then. I've forgotten a couple of things actually. Yeah, I'm just not as well prepared today as I should have been. I should have brought along my jump pack because I know the battery's not too good. But it is parked on a hill, so you can bump it. However, what if there's something parked in front, or in fact behind? Going to be difficult then, isn't it? Well, a simple tug with Kenneth will pull it up the hill enough to make sure it can roll freely. But I forgot my big ratchet strap. Well, in that case, unless the Space behind is clear, going to be just a little bit buggered. Another set of temporary traffic lights that appear to be shouting, broken! Broken! Not working! Well, there's nothing coming the other way. Anywhere. Ah. Completely pointless as well. I mean, the only thing that is an obstacle on the road there are the signs telling you that there are temporary lights. There's no work either started or finished. It's just a sign. Yeah. Alexander Audi is behind me. Johnny's taking it for a drive because it now works, and hopefully it will stay working and won't give any more problems. Oh, it's even better now. So the three-way control is for absolutely right. Take a close look. Take a close look. What exactly is that about? I don't think I've ever seen a better example of stopping the traffic for the sake of stopping the traffic as that. That is seriously taking the piss. Anyway, back to the point. Mission complete. Johnny's car now properly saved and running as it should do. Phew. Excellent. Excellent indeed. So that is now over with. So thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for being a subscriber, and thank you very much for being a channel member and for liking this video. Now, if you want more, carry on watching, because here's part 2. Johnny's here.
Hello, Internet.
And Johnny's sat next to me now because of a particular situation that would you like to explain it?
No, I really don't want to, because I want to start English at the moment.
You're deliberately speaking really quietly, aren't you? Because you know that the microphone won't be able to pick it up.
No, it's because I have a lovely deep voice.
It's not because you've got a lovely deep voice, it's because you've got a lovely quiet voice. So, Johnny put 60 litres or so of petrol into his diesel car.
Oops.
Oh no, it's £60 worth, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
£60 worth.
Right, so not quite 60 litres. And you probably feel a bit embarrassed by that, don't you?
A bit is an understatement.
So don't worry, mate. It can happen to anyone that simply isn't paying attention to what they're doing.
No, well, in my defence, well, there is none, but I was very sleepy. And
Very sleepy.
It was early in the morning. And it's my first diesel car. And the day before, I just filled the seas up with petrol, and it was just on autopilot, I guess.
So there we go. Oh, by the way, to top off the whole saving Alexander the Audi thing with Kenneth the hero, something else as well. The pump that Allegro man let me borrow, he phoned me up and said, keep it. Am I a Christmas gift from Allegro man for all the help that I've given to him? Cool, eh? So thanks again, Mr. Allegro man. And now the last thing, I had a little gift sent to me the other day, and I opened it up. I had no idea who it's from, but I do now. It's from a man called George. It's called Siphoning, Auto Marine Fleet's motor treatment. Apparently it's right good stuff.